Hey, Greensburg, Keystone Church. I have been driving all day today and just spent a lot of time in the car doing some things. And as I have spent a lot of time in the car, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about yesterday's devotion. And I just want to expound on that a little bit today. I start with sharing you a good news story of the day, and then once again, the good news and the devotion and all that kind of merged together. But my good news story for the day is that my favorite scholars, my favorite Bible study place, my favorite podcast that I listen to every single day, as much as possible, the Bible Project is releasing or has started a study on the apocalypse. And the reason that is good news is because I have heard a whole lot of talk here recently of classes that are getting a lot of attention, and speakers that are getting a lot of attention, and a lot of attention is being given to the idea of the end times. COVID-19 is ushering in the end times, and this is just proof of what Revelation has been telling us the whole time. And so therefore you got to realize this has all been predicted in the Bible and blah blah blah, which I'm always leery of, and I'm sure that many of you are leery of it. And so I was really hoping that they would take the time to kind of research some things and then kind of talk through this to kind of see what they said about it. And I'm really excited because I opened up the podcast this morning, and guess what they decided to push forward and decided to study in this time. And so I really encourage you to check that out. But here's what I was thinking about. What I was thinking about is the idea that they start with in this podcast is the idea that the word apocalypse does not mean the end of the world. It does in English, but the original language means the revealing, an insight to something. And so the word apocalypse speaks to insight into something. And they talked about how a lot of times in chaos and tragedy and all that, there is that apocalypse or that revealing of something. God uncovers something and it shows us something. And I can relate to that in this time because I really am experiencing a whole lot of it just seems like biblical truths that are highlighted, things that God wants us to see that are being shown right now and are becoming so obvious as we're going through this time. And I got to be honest with you, I overall enjoy life. I've always been where I just thoroughly enjoy life, and I don't really think that this world is a miserable place or anything like that. But I got to be honest with you, living has been a little bit more difficult in this time than it has been in times before. So even though I may not be necessarily anti-life, I can see how a lot of people do feel that way. And so this is what I was thinking about today. I was thinking about all of this, and it's all swirling in my head, and I was listening to this podcast, and I was going through all that study. Revelation 21:1 came to my mind. Here's what it says. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. See, I was looking for good news today, and that's good news. Can I give you the good news that all of this is temporary? Not just temporary in COVID-19, and that will come to an end, but it will. But everything that you see is temporary, and that God has a plan and a purpose for good and fruitful and great things, and that's what His desire is, and His desire will win out, and all the bad in the world will go away and be done with, and the good will win out. And that's something to be encouraged about and to look forward to. So I hope that today, as you start your day out, you can just be thinking about that. That all of the sickness, the sadness, the pestilence, and the disease and the famine and all those things, they're on their way out. It's not forever. Forever is going to be experienced in the glory of God and in the time that He desires for us, in the situations that He longs for, in a world that is perfect and all taken care of without the worry and the struggles that we experience now. So keep your head up, because you're heading that direction if you're following Jesus, all right? So keep following Jesus, and I hope you have a great day.